Good evening guys, I'm back out again today. Today I'm at New Kilpatrick Cemetery in Old Kilpatrick. And this is a big beautiful building that's been erected. Basically probably just over the back, over where these houses are right here. That would have been a Roman fort. Round about this area. And round about this area too would have been part of this fort as well. It would have been squared probably just where you can see that roof. It's round about where the Roman fort would have started. It would have been in there. Recently somebody in there in one of these houses over here actually found a lot of Roman stuff digging in their back garden to put in a new patio. There was a lot of stuff discovered, so basically I've just come over to the cemetery and I'm just going through some old graves, and just right behind us was the line of the Antonine Wall. That's Old Kilpatrick Hills, and I'm pretty sure the Romans at some time must have been up there. It's all owned by the Forestry Commission now. But I'm going to have a wee look about the cemetery and just see what we can find. There must be some really old burials in here. Right guys, here's one of the older gravestones erected by John Bryson of Milton Mills in memory of his son Peter, who died 18th of March 1825. Obviously aged 6 years old. That's a shame, innit? Just a young kiddie. One of the older graves. Right guys, here's another interesting one to the memory of John Park, a late farmer from Kilbilly who died the 10th of March 1824, aged 82 years. His wife died 1832, aged 88 years. I suppose back then that would have been probably quite a really good age to get to. Wow, amazing. Also guys, a little bit of history about this place. As they say that St Patrick was actually born here in Old Kilpatrick. Now basically over the back and over the other side of the Erskine Bridge, just over the other side of the Clyde, there is a stone erected for St Patrick. So this is meant to be the birthplace of St Patrick. So I'm just going to have a wee wander about and see if I can find any old graves. I'm not actually too sure here in saying this, but these stones are actually sunken. So they went right down into the ground. So they must be really old graves. There's quite a few like that in here, which is a shame because quite a lot of them have been left to fall. So guys, this is quite a sad one. This is Thomas Smith, and basically Thomas Smith is basically buried here with 5 of his infant children, which is quite sad for me. 1852. There seems to be a lot of that in this cemetery from the 1800s. This one here is a token of respect to somebody called Angus B. Wright, who died on the 14th of March 1929, aged 20 years, and he was an engine worker in John Brown Shipyard Co in Clydebank. There's another old one, Livingston is the name, died 1800s. We seem to be, as we're going back away, finding the older graves now. Right here, look at what looks to be possibly part of a medieval standing for this church. That looks fairly modern over the back, but this here kind of stands out as looking a bit medieval. The thing about this cemetery is I didn't realise how big it was until you actually come into it. As you can see where the train is passing just now, just over the back is basically the line of the Antonine Wall. It comes through and it goes to a school and past a fort, which is basically just on the other side of these houses. The fort would have came through these houses. It would have been on part of the stone, the orange stone buildings as well. It would have been over there as well. There was a stone found there that dated the completion of the Antonine Wall, and that's basically just over there. It was found in the woods. Wow, look at that. That just creeped me right out. I turned round and seen it. I don't know if it's meant to be a Roman or a monk or something. Imagine passing through here on a dark night and seeing that. That would creep you right out. Wow, amazing. It's a lovely little statue as well. I wonder what that is off of. I wonder if it's part of a grave or... I don't really know. I'll need to research that because it looks like he's got a cape and a sword. If you look closely, you'll see it looks as if he's got a cape on and he looks as if he's holding a sword. A Roman perhaps, I don't know. Well, that's cool. Some more old graves. 1873, 1871. And it looks like most people were early Georgian, Victorian in here. There is just such a vast area of gravestones. This one here is totally gone. Well, I don't know what that was for. It's pretty cool. Right guys, take a little look at this one. This one is a tomb and it looks like it says the Buchanan of Auchentorry. Laid years since the year 1600. Wow, that's an old one. He's got his own tomb. Must be sealed inside it. For the year 1600, that's the oldest one I've found yet. Here's another one. Isabella Cono, died 1888. I'm sure that's the same year Celtic was born as a club. It really is such a beautiful building this. Have a look at that. And the clock has a lovely piece of what looks to be Victorian design. I'd like to see inside it. I bet you it's lovely inside as well. Here's one for you. It's James Fenwick, who died 1862. That's another old one. I'll say that again, it's not 1862, it's 1682. Wow, that's a lot older than I expected it to be. Oh, you're kidding me on. I moved that to see that grave and it's actually got somebody's ashes inside it. Look at that. Oh, no way. I'm sorry. That's just creeped me right out. It's still got somebody's ashes inside it. Here's another one. William Gillies died 13 November 1807, 55 years. 25th of July 1813, 27 years, that's quite young. 16th of May 1815, 22 years. Wow, that's such a shame. Wow, a whole family died really, really young. Seems to be a lot of kind of infant deaths or teen deaths. I wonder if there was some kind of, I might sound silly saying this, some kind of plague at the time, or was there some kind of flu or bug that was killing people off? Wow, seems to be a lot of infant deaths and teenage deaths in here. Such a shame, such a tragedy, such a young life. I think it's time for me to go. That's the bell from the clock dinging away. We've got another one here, Thomas McGill, 1817. Got a mark of respect here. We've got another obviously member of the family in there as well. Well, I don't know who was buried here, but whoever it was, it must have been really, really important. Look at the coat of arms on that, and up there as well. I have no idea who's buried here. There's nothing on it. Somebody important. I'm going to take a picture of the coat of arms and have a look on the internet and see if I can find out who it is. Guys, this is erected by our new friends and in memory of Andrew Galloway, teacher, 1789. And what looks to be 1888. So two burials here, one from 1789 and one from which looks to be 1888. Oh, this is another one from the Milton Mill in memory of William Turnbull, the late manager of the Milton Mill Duntoka, who died 17th of December 1829, aged 40 years. Well, if you remember in a previous video, I went looking for this mill, so that's pretty bizarre to find someone who used to manage it. It's a shame they're dead, because they could have told me where it was, because I never really managed to find it. Here's another one. It's a slab, but if you look closely there's writing on that, and I think that'll be a 1700s burial as well. Generally when you see them like that, they're normal 1700s. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've just took you in and showed you a little bit of the local history. It's not too old, but it does go back to the 1600s, and like I said, the land surrounding it is Roman, and there's loads of other history here, medieval Roman. There was a fortlet over the back. I've had permission on some of the fields that go further up the way that are not scheduled, and never found a thing. And somebody digs in their back garden and finds loads. It's just the kind of luck I've got, you know what I mean? So guys, I'm going to call it a day for this video. Good luck, happy hunting, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.